Hey everybody, this is Jessica Luther. I thought that I would do a couple pages, make some progress on one of the albums that I work on frequently and record myself doing it. And this is probably going to be the closest to a progress video, or I'm sorry, what do I actually call this? Progress video? Progress? I'm totally having a brain fade on maybe it's called something else. Anyway, you're going to see me working in my Canva file on a compilation album. And hopefully, I do something that you've never seen before or that shows you a different way to do something you already do or enlightens you somehow or inspires you. I'm just really hoping that by seeing how I work with my file and some of the pieces in Canva, it will help you in creating your own stuff in Canva. So let me tell you a little bit about this album project that you're looking at. Some of you may already know about this. I posted a couple of times over the past few years about this particular album. This is a 6x8 album. It is a compilation album, like I said. So that just means that inside of this one album, we have stories from that have the same theme. And in that case, it is trips to our local pumpkin farm, which is called Bishop's Pumpkin Farm in Wheatland, California. If you are in the Northern California, Sacramento, Elk Grove kind of area, you may already know about Bishop's. It is a long beloved local pumpkin farm to go to. We have been going since 2012 every single year. Sometimes we go multiple times a year, and mainly it's because in 2012 we had a 1-year-old. Abigail was 1 in 2012, and we decided to take her to Bishop's Pumpkin Farm for the first time. And we have just been going back year after year, like I said, sometimes multiple times a year. And this for me is definitely more of a photo heavy, like photo book album than a scrapbook. You'll see just by looking at the top view overview of my album pages, it's very photo heavy. I do not add physical embellishments to these pages when I print them. So I consider this a digital album, even though it lives in physical form. So I print the majority of these as 6x8 pages, and I slide them right into 6x8 page protectors that go into one of Ali Edwards' 6x8 scrapbook albums. So currently the album is not full yet, but I'm kind of waiting for the final page protector to kind of push it into the second album phase. I have a lot of stories here that I have included. So as you can see, we have documentation all the way up through this latest 2025 trip. We went to Bishop's. My children went to Bishop's lots of times in 2025. I personally took them there twice. My mother took them there several more times. So I have 3 different 2025 trips that I'm going to kind of document. One is already done, and then 2 others have kind of been started. So, yeah, this is an overview of what the album looks like. As you can see, each trip starts with the same type of page. Each trip has a formula. So let's just take 2018. I actually think 2018 might be done. So this is the left-hand side page. It starts with a full page 6x8 photo. It could be my favorite photo from the trip. It could be a highlight from the trip, like a particular thing. Like in this case, my daughter had been waiting literally 2 years to go on the zip line. And she was finally able to go on the zip line this year. So of course I have to put a photo of her riding the zip line as the kind of like opening photo for this section of the book. So it says fall 2018. It gives the date as just the month. And then I put in here who was on the trip with us. Now in other pages, most other pages, I also include the age. I don't like doing math. And I would much rather just look at something and it tell me that my daughter is 8 years old. So most of the title pages say Abigail 8, Ethan 3 or whatever the case might be. But because we had a little bit more people with us this time, I decided to just leave it and not include the ages. So left-hand page, full 6x8 photo with this kind of like label, date, introduction. Tells me what year I'm looking at. This is a 4x6 printed, and then I'm going to add a page attacher to stick it in the album. This is the back side of that 4x6. Okay, this is a full printed 6x8 photo collage. Obviously, we opened with the zip line because that was the whole point of this trip. Then we have another printed 6x8. This 6x8 printout is not finished yet. I believe these two pictures, I couldn't decide between them, or maybe I don't know why, but I haven't finished this page yet. And I still need to add my story. This is a full 6x8 printout. And another full 6x8 printout. You can see there's not a ton of story. Like I tell the story one time in each section. And then most of the rest of it is extremely photo heavy because my future self, I mean, let's be real, my current self, that's really the most important to me. I want to see the photos and I want to read the words. And once I put in as many words as I actually need for that set of photos, I don't feel the need to add more words. So I'll do fill in kind of stuff like this, colorful background, big fun Allie script word. Maybe I include little kind of word phrase things like we have right here with a little detail about what is happening. Okay, so photo collage printed as a 6x8. Another photo collage printed as a 6x8. And this is my last page for that particular trip. Now, typically this would be another full page 6x8, but since I had these two photos I wanted to end with, I decided, excuse me, I decided just to, deviate slightly from the formula that I work with. So let's look at the next one before we get started. This one's super simple. I did not include our ages. I'm not quite sure why. Older people need to have their ages on there too. This is me and my best friend, Kristen. I went to Bishop's and we didn't do our typical stuff. We took a painting class, which was super fun. It was me and her mom, and that was fun. So this is literally just 2 6x8 pages in this album, but it still touches on a trip to Bishop's. This is what we did. Very brief documenting, but some photos. And then I break between each trip with just a blank page so that when I'm looking at it in this overview view, I can quickly see, okay, well, here are all the pages from this 2017 trip. They all appear to be done. Here's my first page. Here's the inside pages. Here's my last page. Here's a page break. And then, this is one of the pages we're actually going to work on today is my daughter's 6th birthday. We kind of went to Bishop's instead of having a party for her. So same type of thing. You can just quickly look through here and you can see what's been done, what hasn't been done, and what's kind of in progress with these blank white pages in between trips. So let's go ahead and start with Abby turned 6. So in 2017, Abigail turned 6 years old, and typically we would have a party at the house for her with whatever theme she wanted. And it's super fun, and I like to go all out and design my own decorations and all of that good stuff. But Abby said that she wanted to go somewhere special to celebrate her birthday, and that special place was Bishop's Pumpkin Farm. So I already documented this in my Project Life album from that particular year. So what I did was, what you can see here is these are some of the things from that year that I had already used, and I just dropped them in here already. I have retyped the type that you'll see here. This is a 4x6 card. This is a 3x4 card. I've already retyped that so that I have live type right here to edit. What I'm going to do here is, because I don't have a lot of photos from this particular evening, I was busy living in the moment, and I followed her around, and her friends, and I didn't take a ton of photos. So I literally just have these 3 photos that I'm going to use, that big introduction photo, and then these 2 photos right here. So let's go ahead and finish this page off. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this because I don't need that anymore, and I don't really want it. I would like this to be more of a 4x6. So just going to click on it. I'm going to go to position, size it to 6 inches by 4 inches. Let's get you out of the way, pull this up because I'm going to print this as a 6x8. Okay. Keep that in mind. I want there to be a little bit of a white space in between there, just as a little line break. I think I would like, I have quite a bit of text, and so what I'm going to do is I am going to put a 3x8 insert in between these two. Let's go ahead and take this. And I'm going to take this and put this over here. I think I'd like a big number 6. So I'm going to look in my library of stuff. And a very quick way to do that is just to go into your folder where you have all your stuff and see up here at the top, it says search your content. We can type in something that we think that the item is going to be named. So I'm going to type in the number 6, but I'm going to spell it out. And there's no way that those are the only 6 items that I have that say 6 or that are of the 6. So let's change that to the numeric 6. Okay, so this is popping up with a lot of like 6x8 stuff. Oh, images. Okay, so this is a lot of photos. All right, so neither one, typically this search function like works super well for me. That's how I found the celebrate. That's how I found, I'm going to find the birthday thing. Let's find birthday real quick. Actually, while we're here. So I search birthday and then I go look in images and you see there's there's 40 images that somehow say birthday. And I think that I want to use this birthday story. And I'm going to size that to 3 inches wide. We're going to lock the ratio and go 3 inches wide because I'm going to put this into a 3-inch page protector. Excuse me. So I would like this just to take up the 3 inches. Now, to help myself remember, I think that I will add a line to the page, just a thin line. I'm going to turn it on its side or up and down. Okay. And I'm just going to put it right here in the center. Let's make sure it's actually in the center. There we go. Okay, so that will be my indicator that something on this side and something on this side is going to get designed separately, and then I'm going to print them and cut them and put them back to back in a 3x8 page protector. All right, so let's go back here and try to find 6. I store all of my, or I organized all of my numbers in a alpha and numbers folder. So let's see, we're going to go to Ali Edwards products, alphas and numbers. Sometimes I put them in a folder like you see here. I've been doing that more recently where I will name them, put them in the folder, and then keep them all together. But what I was doing was just adding them to this folder. And so they would just load in one after the other, after the other, after the other. So as you can see, like these are all from the same set. And then we transitioned into these 6 right here, or 7 right here. And then we've got these little circle numbers right here from something else. And this is from something else. So while I like being able to scroll all through this, I also like the more organized fashion of being able to have them just a little bit more organized together. Okay, let's see. This is a digital stamp, so I should be able to click it and click the color button right up here to change the color. Let's see, what can we do with this? because it's got that white edge on it. I don't think it's going to duotone very well. No, see what's happening here. So the duotone is going to want to apply the color to the white area as well as to the black area. Maybe I can use the magic grab. I don't know. Let's see. We're going to grab just the white, or actually let's grab just the black. Okay, see, so it does not differentiate between the two pieces. So sometimes you can click on two different things that are different colors, and it'll select just the one color that you're hovering over. But that is not the case right now. So let's go deselect. Can I, oh, all right. All right, so everything that's purple, I'm gonna grab. So I'm gonna hit grab. I don't really know how this is gonna work out. Sweet, okay. All right, let's zoom into that. Okay, so you see now I have the black independent of the white. So I'm gonna get rid of the white. Got the black here, and I'm gonna go to edit. I'm gonna try to use the duotone feature to change the color. I'm just gonna pick custom and try to go with like this dark pink on her shirt. All right, and then I'm gonna copy the hex code right here. I'm gonna select the other color and I'm gonna apply the hex code. Okay, that's just making sure that both of my colors are the same. Okay. On a rectangle. I feel like maybe we need some grounding back here. I haven't like pre-designed what I'm doing right here with you, so this is just me thinking on the fly. Keep in mind, I may not keep it like this, who knows? Navy blue with bright colors on top of it is absolutely one of my favorite color combos. I'm not sure. We're gonna leave it like that for just for right now. We're gonna leave it like that for now. I'm gonna copy that rectangle though. We're gonna go up here. I want to put a rectangle of color behind this whole thing and finish formatting my text. Possibly change the color. Let's see, what is this? I want to make sure this is 3 inches wide. We're going to unlock the ratio here, 3 inches wide. Okay, so excuse me. So this is a, I can't remember if this is a JPEG or if this is a PNG file, the 3x4 journal card that says birthday story. Oh, excuse me. So typically you'd have to use like some filters in this editing area to modify the color of this. And I've had good luck and bad luck. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You can go in here to adjust, and you can adjust the tint. But do you see how it's really adjusting like the entire card? But what I'm seeing here is there's this yellow color swatch up here. So I'm going to click that and let's see what's going to happen. She's wearing this pink and pink purple butterfly shirt. So let's see if we can pick one of these pinks. Oh, okay. That's cool. I like that. We're going to leave that just like that. Okay. I use the same font size and the same font in the entire album. It removes the decision making and keeps everybody looking consistent. So let's put that right up here. I'm just going to duplicate this over here so that I can have a colored background facing this area right here. Okay, I think I'm gonna stick with white. Let's see, so you can adjust the width of your column and it will force things to the next line, or you can manually adjust it. Like I want Grandpa and Fred to be on the same line. So we're just gonna manually put that down. I want Claire and Addison on the same line. I want that adjusted. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to put a hard return in after the different groups of people. And I'm going to adjust it in just a second. Okay, so those are the different groups of people. I want that with that. Okay, I would like this to be bold. Excuse me. And personally, this is just too big of a gap in between. I still wanted a space in between, but the gap is just way too big for me. So I'm going to put my cursor right there, and then I'm going to go over here and make the size smaller. I'm going to go to 5. Okay, and I'm going to do that in between all of these areas, and it's visually tightening up those spaces while still giving a nice breathing space in between sets of text. Okay. All right, now I have used, you see these like little diagonal lines. I really like using those as filler areas because it's a nice little, it's a nice visual element, but it's not super graphic and it doesn't take up a ton of space. I think that what I want to do is, I'm going to take this. I like this little combination here. I'm going to copy it. I like the yellow background and the so fun. And we're going to go over here. Okay, that's a lot. I'm not sure that that's what I want. I like the so fun, but I don't really like the pattern. Okay. All right, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it up here. I'm gonna put this right here. The big number 6 is gonna be right here, I think. Okay, this came over with a rectangle and I don't like it to go away. Okay, let's see here. That's gonna go on the bottom. I think I'd like this to touch this edge right here, and I'd like this to touch this edge right here. So it's like a giant 6. Celebrate's gonna be like that. We're gonna push this up a little bit. I think I'm gonna make friends and family like a bright pink. I'm gonna tighten up the space right there. Okay. And I am going to go find those little lines. I have a feeling those lines are in my sports album, and I don't know that I've actually had them in this album yet. Okay. I don't see them anywhere in here. So let's pop over to my sports album. Okay. If I wanted to pull in a whole page, I would go find it in my folder, and I would my memory keeping projects, and I would go story albums, and then I'd open my sports album. Okay. This is what I would do if I wanted to do a whole page. Well, you know what? Let's just do it because I'm already doing it. And because I don't want any of these pages that I'm going to pull into this file to overwrite this page, I'm going to go ahead and add a page. I'm going to find a page here in my album that I know has that little line. Oh, this page does. I'm going to click on it. Okay, so what you saw just happen right there is this is a 9x12 album. The sports album is 9x12. The album I'm working on right here is 6x8. So as you can see, I just imported a 9x12 page into a 6x8 page, and it resized it, it being Canva. It resized it. So if I wanted to use the same exact layout in here, now all I needed to do is say goodbye to these photos. Maybe get rid of this text, maybe resize this to a 4x6. Oh, I definitely didn't mean to do that. Okay. All right. But so do you see how you could take that from there? But that's not what I really intended to do. I wanted this diagonal design, or this diagonal element right here. I'm gonna take it and put it up here. And I need to scroll it across the page to at least 3 inches wide. Put it up here like this. Okay, I like the yellow. The yellow works. Gonna grab it and duplicate it over here because I like it at the bottom of this page also. And then I'm gonna put it at the top of this page as well. Okay. All right, so let's keep in mind that this page right here, it is formatted as a 6x8, but it is going to get printed and cut in half on this line. Oh, because it's going to get cut in half and this 6 is bleeding over onto this, what we need to do is we need to send the 6 to the back. So that's going to push it behind the rectangle I have over here, and then we won't be able to see that overlap. Okay, there we go. Goodbye. Okay, I don't need this little line anymore because I know now that I've designed my page, I know what it's going to look like. And I don't need to worry about that. I'm just going to recenter this a little bit better in the space. I'm going to double check on this space right here. Is it really 5? Yep. Okay. Okay, so when this page gets printed, I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm going to put it back to back in a 3x8 page protector that's going to come after this page, but before, oh, we're going to get rid of this. Okay, and before this, oh no, I don't even need this page anymore. Goodbye. Before this page. Now, I'm not quite sure that this is what I want. I actually know that it's not what I want, but I don't really want to spend a ton of time right now trying to figure out what I want. So we are going to move on to the next page that I want to work on. I just want to make progress on a couple of pages right here. Okay, so I started a page a while ago, and I have a couple of, I have some stuff done, but I want to fill in the other things. Let's see. I think it is 2022. It's our family trip. Here we go. All right, 2022. So I have this page printed. I have this page printed, but I don't have anything in between printed. And I believe I do already have my story lined out. So my original plan was to have the 6x8 on the left-hand side, just like all the other stuff. And you see right here where it's who and ages. I don't have to do calculations. That's really nice. And then I want to do a 4x8 insert right here. So front of the 4x8, back of the 4x8. And then I want to do lead back into a couple 6x6s. And I think I'd like to put a 4x6 in here as well. So let's make some modifications to some stuff because I have an idea of what I want it to look like design wise, and this currently is not it. So let's say goodbye to these two because I'd like to have a bigger photo right here. I still want to keep the width, so I just wanted to pull that down right there. I want to add in a rectangle. We're gonna this here. We're gonna add some text. I'm not sure what color, but because my favorite to do is navy, I think that's what I'm gonna do for right now. I also feel like I might need navy because my kids are, my daughter specifically, is wearing non-traditional autumn fall colors with this bright pink sweatshirt on. So I think I might want to do some navy, some bright pink, some yellow, maybe some baby blue on top of it. I'm not sure. I try to not limit myself to color palettes. When I look at the album as a whole, I try to just what color palette works best for the photos I'm currently working with, which is from this story or this trip, 2022 trip. All right, so I want to put a big picture right here. I think this back page right here, I'd like to, excuse me, I think I'd like to do a big photo on the top and use these down here. I'm going to just move some stuff around a little bit. This might end up being this tall. I'm not sure if it will or not. I think I'd like to have some white space around this, keeping in mind that it's going to cut right here on the edge, right here, all the way down. And I think I'm going to pull these down. I don't know that the images are really going to be this tall. They kind of feel disproportionate. So let's put them like that. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll add like a word right here, word phrase strips or something. But I think I'd like that right there. Okay, for this particular page, I do not want it laid out like this. I'm going to delete this one. I think I want to move this one before this one. Okay. Let's see. I want to move my story up here. I'm going to make it white. Okay. I think I'd like to, these are little dotted lines to help just kind of break things up. I'm going to make this a all the way across the page photo. Okay, I do want that back there. I'm going to push that back up there with that one. So that's going to face that. There's that, and there's this. And then for this page, I would like a full page photo. Copy that, paste this here, and then make this full page. Oops, I right clicked. I didn't mean to do that. And then I'm going to add a page behind it because I can see that we're popping into the next trip. Okay. All right. Okay, so I think now I'm going to drop in some pictures. I'm just going to go over here. And if you've seen one of my other more recent videos, you know that I like to store my photos in a photos folder in Canva. And so specifically for this particular project, I have a bishops folder. And then inside that folder, there are a couple of folders with photo like trips. And I have this one here waiting for me. So let's see. I wanted to put this photo here and do this photo right here. This is my daughter on the zip line. The zip line is absolutely hands down her favorite thing to do at Bishop's. She does it at least once every single time we go. And 2022, maybe? No, 2023 was actually the last year that they had the zip line because, well, we live in California and insurance prices have gone through the roof. And so Bishop's Pumpkin Farm decided that they were no longer able to pay the insurance prices for the zip line, which is super sad. We're very sad about that. But they have since come out with another attraction, which is amazing. But that makes all of these times that I document the zip line in this album that I haven't finished yet. It just really makes it all that much more nostalgic and sweeter because I know that these are amongst some of the last times my daughter got to ride the zip line. My son was actually he never weighed enough to be able to ride it. He would have been able to ride it this year, but they don't have it. So that was a little sad. All right, moving on. So let's see here. I think I'd like to put the photos from the carousel. While I love them, I love the way that my kids look and they're so happy. They are very, very like they have this crazy color cast to them. And this is even after I color corrected them. It was a sunny day. The kids are in the carousel, and the carousel has this like orange and green fabric top. And so when the sun hits it and comes through it, it's making everything super warm and orange toned. And so having the blue down there will also kind of like help with that. But this photo color wise doesn't jive very well with any of the other photos. So we're going to put it, kind of by itself. It's going to face this photo right here, which I think is fine, but we're going to put it on a page all by itself. And I think I'd like to add a word that says good times right here. So let's see if my search technique that I was showing you guys a little bit ago, let's see if that works. All right, we're going back here to my folders. We're going to go right here. We're just going to search good. And I'm going down here to images. Good, goodness, good, goodness, in good company. I'm specifically looking for like good times or good memories and Allie's handwriting. All of these typed words are great. Oh, so good. All right, maybe I like that one. Hello, good times. I could close that down and get rid of the hello part. Okay, good memories, good stuff. So good, good times. All right, I like that. I like good times. I like so good. Oh, good times, good fun. Oh boy. Good fun, good life, good stuff. So many options. And you know what? Any of these would be fine. So I'm going to go with my original thought, which was good times. I'm going to put this down here and let's see. I actually am going to choose good memories. Let me tell you why. The A sender on the G right here is just really coming down far. But I see that the A sender on the G in good memories is not quite, but almost level with the D. So it makes that bottom line a little bit more even. Okay, we're going to drop that in here. We're going to enlarge it. I don't know if I'm going to leave it this big. I don't know if I'm going to make it smaller, if I'm going to make it bigger, but this is what we're going to do for right now. And I think I would like to make this yellow or pink, pink or yellow. I think I'm going to go with yellow. Okay, more orangey yellow, golden yellow, butter yellow. No, I'm gonna go with the first one. All right. Okay. Okay, let's pull this up a smidge. I just want this story area to have a smidge more breathing room. There we go. Adjust that. And okay, all right, I feel good about that. And I always want to make sure that I go back and I read my words. I wrote these some time ago, and I want to make sure that it's grammatically correct and I don't have any spelling errors. So that's good. All right, this is already printed, so I don't have to actually worry about this page at all. Then we have this and this. Now, these are pictures. I'm going to include on here the pictures from the pumpkin, like the actual pumpkin picking. And they're all very, very similar in color. That's why I am going to have them be facing pages. Let's go back here. And there's quite a few of them. I think that I want to end with this big picture of my son. It's a little grainy, but I don't really care. I like the sweet look on his face. He's so happy with the pumpkin he just found. I'm going to make it a little off center. There we go. All right. Let's see here. Sorry, this is the part where I hate for you to just be sitting here because, well, I'm over here making choices in my brain, having a hard time articulating them verbally. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what just happened. My brain decided to stop. Huh. Oh, okay, yeah. So there's a couple of photos here that I can see. There's like a train photo I want to include, and I want to include something from the tires. The tires are like the number one thing that if we go to Bishop's and we do nothing else, absolutely nothing else, the children must jump and climb all over the tires. Um, it's a must do. No, it's non-negotiable. Let's see here. Okay, I don't really like where these ones are, so instead of pulling them from over here again, I'm going to right click on it and say detach image. I'll do the same thing here, right click, detach image. Oh yeah, I can just drag them into different spots again. And just a reminder, I am working on my computer, so you can hear all the clicking and double clicking and all of that. You can do all these same things on your tablet or on your phone. You're just using your finger to do so. So it just looks a little bit different. I am very used to being on my computer pretty much all the time. So I kind of prefer it. Okay, there's a couple of pictures here that are very vertical, and I don't want to try to limit myself right here, and I want to include them. So I'm going to add a page, and we're going to do I'm going to copy this because I want that frame, and I'm going to make it I'm going to add a 3x4 insert, one of the ones that has 2 up 3x4. So I'm going to be giving myself 4 3x4s. To work with here. So let's see, 3 inches by 4 inches. And put one there, and I'm just pulling it one up here. Now, I'm going to print these separately, so it's fine that they're going in like this. So I'm literally going to print them as 3x4s. I'm going to add them into little pockets, so I'm not leaving any space around the photos, just in case you were wondering. What was that happening? Okay. I want to include these 2, and then the way I'm actually going to see it in my album is this way. Okay, so these 2 right here are going to face this, and then these 2 right here are going to face this page. So I want to do like maybe like a more pumpkins please saying right here or something. I'm not exactly sure yet. This photo of my husband and the kiddos. I'm never in any of the photos because I'm taking all the photos. I get to be in the photos when I take a selfie, or when my dear sweet mother is with us and she takes a photo, or occasionally my husband will take a photo of me, but very, very, very rarely. He's like living in the moment and doesn't really think about it. So I'm obviously here. I'm the one taking all the photos. Okay, so let's go with that. But like I said, there's a couple photos up here I want to include. So let's pretend like we're going to add a 4x6 insert. Well, let's just add a 4x6 insert. We don't need to pretend. We're going to add a page. We are going to just copy one of these frames, copy, paste. Now, for it to be able to grab onto, like with a page attacher, and for it to be able to have a page attacher attached to it and grab the center, the holes appropriately in the album, it actually needs to be more like a minimum of 4.5 inches tall by 6 inches wide. So I think I might just do a 5. We'll see. That might be too squarish, but we'll see. All right, so one of the photos I saw was a photo of my son on the train here. Do I want this one? Oh, I like that one. Do I want this one? I like him not looking at me. Here we go. Yes, him cruising through the wooden train. Wooden train is a favorite to play on. Sometimes they have it hiding though. We can't find it every time. So that's fun. And then I'm going to duplicate that just so that I get the sizing right. But I actually think this one I'm going to do 2 up, or like 2 side by side with a white background. So I'm going to replace this with a white rectangle. I'm going to make this white. I'm going to add a stroke to it so that I know where to cut. Well, and that I also know where the line is, where the edge is, sorry. We're going to just put this here. We could totally do the position and the sizing again, but this is me being lazy. So I'm just going to do it on top, and then I'm going to send this to the back. Okay, and then I'm going to say goodbye to that and adjust accordingly here. I think, so the photos that I saw of the tire area, all right, this one of my daughter jumping. To the tire, one tire to the other tire. You can see the tire area is super popular. All the kids love the tires. Okay, she's jumping over there. Now, I'm just going to do like a little tire collage back here, I think. And I saw another one. This is her, like, after she lands it. She's like, yeah, thumbs up, buddy. See, she made it. She's like, yep, I got it. I still got it. I think she's like 11 in this picture. And then I also want to include, I saw, it's kind of small on my screen here, but I saw, and I don't know if this is going to work. This might be too, I don't know. We're going to see. Sorry about all the unfinished sentences. It happens. It's like par for the course. If I'm going to try to make something and talk at the same time, I'm making decisions, and then I'm having to execute those decisions, and then I'm having to explain what I'm doing. It's very challenging. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I think I'm going to do this. So as you can see, this is my daughter right here. Like, I don't know what's happening. She clearly missed the tire and she's like falling head over the tire. My son is on this tire. I'm going to include this photo. I'm going to close this in a little bit, make this a little bit tighter. Okay, we got this photo right here. We got this photo right here. This is going to print as one 5-inch tall by 6 inches wide. And it's going to go on the back of this. They're going to be attached into the album with a page attacher. Okay, so let's look at this little lineup real quick. Excuse me. All right, so we got our 6x8 full page layout right here. We got a 4x8 backed by another 4x8. Oh, I need to add in some text right here, or like a little word phrase sticker or something. And then I have those 2 back to back. This is a 6x8 printed, 6x8. So this is going to be 2 3x4s. I'm sorry, no, 4 3x4s, 2 up and a little page pocket protector. And then this is going to end it. So I need something for right here. And I think whenever I started this file, I grabbed a whole bunch of stuff and I put it, oh, I like this. The best day. I like the best day. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to copy it and let's go back here. Now I want to look around the page set that I'm working on and make sure that I didn't use the best day on like the page right before it or the page right after it. I don't care if it's somewhere else in here, because I mean, it's really bound to be, because all the days at Bishops are the best days. Okay, so best time, I see so much love for this. Over here, I see currently learning. That wouldn't be the same at all. I got best time over here again. I got best time clearly. I love the best time square. It's like one of my favorites. Okay, so much love for this. Love this. Beautiful tradition. All right. There's the best day way back here in 2017. Yeah, no big deal. So we're in 2022. We're going to go back over here to our bishops or to our pumpkin finding, and we are going to replace that with the best day. So I'm going to print that, and it's going to go into that little upper 3x4 pocket as just a fun filler card for that day. And the only other thing I have left to do is something right here for the zip line. Now, good memories. All right, there was something back here that I saw that said so good. Okay, good. Good, good, good. All things are good. So good. Let's see if we have something that says awesome, which we do. There's so many great things to say awesome. Okay, I like that awesome, but let's see if there's any other awesomes. There probably are. You are awesome. Today is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Story of awesomeness. Okay, but I'm not really going to include words like to make it a story. So I don't know if I want to use that. I think I like this awesome right here. Okay, just like the same awesome, I think. Whatever. Maybe it's fine. I'm not sure. This is what we're going to use. Okay, I'm going to make it touch the bottom and the two sides. Okay, I'm going to pull it up here. I want to make sure that it's actually going to bleed off of the side a little bit. Yes. Okay, what if, because see, here's the problem. I'm trying to fill this space right here. When in reality, I could just take this whole thing, pull this down, let's balance it out a little bit, pull this up. Okay, boom. Now, I don't want this awesome to jump into this photo frame, which it's totally going to, so I'm going to lock the photo frame. And then I'm going to take the awesome and I'm going to make it white because I like white words on things. I'm going to pull it up a little bit. So it's going to bleed off the bottom a smidge and off the two sides. Okay. That is awesome. I love it. Super simple. I didn't have to come up with any more words. I didn't have to tell any more stories, but I'm still really, really happy with this. Okay. So let's go here. Let's just look at it one more time, just in review. Okay, where to go? Here we go. 6x8, 4x8, 4x8. Insert of a, let's call it a 5x6, 6x8, some 3x4s, and we're going to end on a 6x8. Okay, I like it. I'm happy. So that is kind of all the time I have right now to work on this album. I just got a huge order of prints that I need to probably spend an hour cutting. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. I know that it's kind of tedious sometimes to watch somebody make decisions and not know what they're doing and go the wrong direction and then turn around and then go the other direction. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you have any questions about anything you saw today or anything that came up while you were watching, please feel free to leave me a comment and I'll see what I can do to help figure it out. Thanks so much.